Assalamu alaikum dear students, and welcome to our today's lecture on consumer attitude formation and change. In the study of consumer behavior, attitudes are among the most important concepts because they can help explain why the consumer likes certain brands and dislike the others and make particular purchase decisions. Every day the consumers are exposed to thousands of marketing messages through television, through social media websites and in the retail stores. However, the consumers do not react to all these messages in the same way. Some advertisements create favorable impressions while the others are ignored. Some brands enjoy loyal customers while the others struggle to gain the acceptance. The reason often lies in consumer attitudes, and marketers are highly interested in understanding the attitude because the attitude influences the buying behavior, brand loyalty, word of mouth communication, and obviously the consumer satisfaction. If the marketers understand how the attitudes are formed and changed, they can design more effective products, advertisements, and promotional strategies. So, understanding the consumer attitudes is vital in studying the consumer behavior. An attitude can be defined as learned predisposition to behave consistently favorable or unfavorable toward a particular object. The, the attitude object may be for a product, brand, service advertisement or retail store, whatever, but the word learned is important because the attitudes are not inherited. They develop through experiences, observation, information, social interaction and marketing communications. For example, a consumer may develop positive attitudes toward Toyota vehicles because of the previous satisfactory experience, the recommendation from the friends or a positive information received through advertisements. Attitudes are generally considered consistent because the consumer tend to behave in a certain way that match their belief and feelings. However, attitudes are not always the permanent. They can change when the consumers receive new information or have new experiences. We will talk about formation of consumer attitude. Consumer attitudes are formed through several influences. Personal experience is one of the strongest sources of attitude formation. A satisfying experience with the product usually creates a positive attitude, while disappointing experience may create negative attitudes. Family members can influence the attitudes. Children often learn preferences and consumption habits from their parents. Peer groups play also an important role, especially among the young consumers, because the friends influences the opinion regarding fashion, technology, experiment and lifestyle products. Market communication such as advertising, preferably endorsements, social media campaigns and public relation activities are also factors that shape the consumer attitudes, and repeated exposure to the positive messages can strengthen favorable attitudes toward a brand. Culture and social values further influences such attitudes. Consumers living in different cultures may may evaluate the products differently based on their beliefs, their traditions and societal norms. We will be discussing the tri-component attitude model. One of the most widely used approaches to understanding the attitude is tri-component attitude model. According to this model, attitudes consist of three main components, which is cognitive, affective and cognitive. The cognitive component refers to the consumer beliefs and knowledge about the product or a brand. For example, the consumer may believe that the Samsung smartphones have advanced technology and reliable performance. These beliefs represent cognitive component, and the affective components refer to affective feelings and emotions towards the attitude object. A consumer may feel excitement, happiness, admiration toward a particular brand. Many consumers feel emotionally connected to the brand that reflect their personality and lifestyle. The conative components refers to likelihood in intention to act. If the consumer plans to purchase a Samsung smartphone in the future, the purchase intention represents the conative component. So, consider the Starbucks as an example. A consumer may believe that Starbucks offers high quality coffee, which reflects cognition. The consumer may enjoy visiting Starbucks and feel comfortable in the environment, which reflects affection. And the consumer may then intend to visit Starbucks again next week, which reflects the connection. Together, these three components create an overall attitude towards a brand. Multi attribute attitude model, which propose that the consumers rarely evaluate the product based on a single characteristic. Instead, the consumers see multiple attributes in a product. The multi attitude attribute model explains that the consumers evaluate the product according to several features and assign different levels to measure the importance. For example, when purchasing a laptop, the consumers may evaluate battery life, processing speed, design, price, and brand reputation, and other features as well. Some consumers may place greater emphasis on price, while the others may prioritize the performance. According to this model, overall the attitude depends upon the beliefs about the product attributes and the importance assigned to each attribute. A consumer may prefer a laptop with superior performance even if it is more expensive, because the performance is considered highly important. Marketers use this model to identify which product attributes are the most important as compared to other. The next model will be the attitude toward the behavior model. The traditional attitude models focus on attitudes toward the product or brands. However, research suggests that the actual behavior is often influenced by attitudes toward performing a specific action. The attitude toward the behavior model proposes that the consumers evaluate the behavior itself rather than simply the product. For example, the consumer may have positive attitude toward electric vehicles, but may not have the favorable attitude toward the behavior of changing the vehicle regularly. Similarly, the customer may support healthy eating and dislike the effort required to prepare the healthy meals. In such cases, attitude toward the behavior provide a better prediction of consumer actions than the attitude toward the products alone. This model helps the marketers to understand why positive attitudes toward the products do not always result in purchases. Then we will discuss the theory of reasoned action. The theory of reasoned action was developed by a philosopher which explained the relationship between attitude and behavior. According to the theory, behavioral intention is the immediate determinant of the behavior. Behavioral intention is influenced by two factors critically. The first is attitude toward the behavior and the second is subjective norms. Attitude toward the behavior refers to the individual's positive or negative evaluation of the performing in a certain way. Subjective norms refer to perceived social pressure from the important people such as family members, friends, colleagues and societies. So, suppose a consumer is considering purchasing an electric vehicle. The consumer may believe that the electric vehicle are environmentally friendly and economical in creating a positive attitude. This attitude will develop their behavior. At the same time, the family members and the friends may support environmentally responsible consumption, which will be creating a very positive attitude toward the subjective norm. The theory highlights the importance of social influence in the consumer decision making. Many purchasing decisions, especially those involving fashion, luxury, social status, and strongly affected, which is strongly affected by the subjective norms. Theory of trying to consume, one limitation of this theory, theory of reasoned action, is that it assumes that the consumers have complete control over their behavior. In reality, the consumers do not have complete control over their behavior. The theory of this theory basically focuses on the situations where the consumers attempt to perform the behavior but may not be succeeded. This theory recognizes the influence alone and do not tell us about the successful actions. So, we can say that in this way, by learning the theories of consumer behavior, the marketers are obviously better in deciding the consumer behavior and their actions. Theories basically focuses the importance of understanding the barriers that prevent the consumers from achieving their consumption goals. Marketers can increase the success rates by reducing these obstacles through financing through different options such as easy access, customer support, their feedback and all that. Now, we will be discussing the attitude toward advertisement model. Advertisement is one of the most powerful tools that is used to influence the consumer attitude. The attitude toward the advertisement model suggests that consumers form attitudes toward advertisements themselves, and these advertisements influence the attitude toward the advertised brand. When the consumers enjoy an advertisement, they often develop favorable feelings toward the brand. Conversely, enjoying or misleading advertisements may create negative attitude towards the advertisement or that particular product. For example, the humorous commercial may create positive emotions that transfer directly to the advertised brand. Emotional advertisement offers to strengthen the consumer attitudes because the emotions are easier to remember than the factual information. Social media has increased the importance of advertisement attitudes because the consumers actively interact with advertisements through likes, comments and shares. Marketers therefore focus on creating entertaining, informative and engaging advertisements that generate favorable consumer reactions. So, now we will be discussing motivational functions of attitudes. Researchers have suggested that the attitude serves as several psychological functions. Understanding these functions help the marketers to develop more effective persuasive strategies. The utilitarian factors focuses on rewards and punishments. The consumers develop a positive attitudes toward the products and provide the benefits, and negative attitude toward the product that provide dissatisfaction. This can be the case in any product or service you buy. The ego defensive function helps to protect the self-esteem and self-image. Consumers may purchase the products that make them feel confident, secure and socially acceptable. The luxury brands often appeal to this function by associating the products with prestige and success. The value expressive function allows the consumers to express their beliefs, values and identities. Consumers who are about who care about the environmental sustainability may prefer eco-friendly products because these products reflect their personal values. The knowledge function helps the consumers to organize information and simply allow them to make a decision. Positive attitudes towards the trusted brands reduce uncertainty and make the future purchase decision. Understanding these motivational functions allow the marketers to design messages that connect with consumer at a deeper psychological level. Cognitive dissonance refers propose that after the purchase has been made. Sometimes the consumer doubts that the purchase was not good. This psychological discomfort is known as cognitive dissonance, and the cognitive dissonance occurs when the consumer experiences inconsistency between the belief, attitudes and behavior. The people naturally seeks to attain this consistency, and when inconsistency occurs they feel uncomfortable. For example, a consumer may purchase an expensive smartphone and discover that the competing model with similar feature has lower price. This situation may create thoughts such as, did I make the right decision, or perhaps I would have made better decisions. Such feelings are referred as cognitive dissonance. So, the post purchase dissonance is particularly common after expensive purchases such as automobiles, houses, laptops and educational programs. The greater the importance of decision, the stronger the potential dissonance. Marketers attempt to reduce cognitive dissonance through warranties, through consumer support and positive follow-up communication and assurance messages. These strategies help the consumer feel confident, and the dissonance can be reduced in this way. So, there is another concept which is known as conflict resolution. Consumers frequently face conflicts while making purchasing decisions. Several types of conflict that can occur is approach based conflicts, which occurs when the consumer might choose between two desirable alternatives. For example, consumer may have to choose between attractive smartphone brands, two attractive smartphone brands. Avoidance conflict occurs when the consumers must choose between the undesirable alternatives. A consumers deciding between paying for the most expensive repair or replacing the product may experience this type of conflict. And the approach based conflict is that which occurs between the positive and negative aspects. A luxury car may provide perhaps comfort, but can also involve high purchase and maintenance costs. So, these kind of conflicts occur while making the decisions, and the marketers are supposed to manage these conflicts accordingly, and for this purpose they will be collecting several kind of data and learn the consumer behavior. So, the consumers resolve these kind of conflicts by evaluating the benefits and cost, comparing the alternative and seeking the additional information, selecting the opinion that provide greatest and overall satisfaction. Now, we will be moving toward the conclusion of our lecture. In conclusion, the consumer attitudes are learned predispositions that influence how the individuals evaluate the products, brand and services, advertisements and behaviors. Attitudes are formed through personal experience, social influence, marketing communication and cultural values. The tri-component model explains attitude through cognitive, affective and cognitive elements, while the multi-attribute model shows how the consumers evaluate the product using multiple criteria. The attitude toward the behavior model theory and the theory of reasoned action and the theory of trying to consume explain the attitude that influence the actual behavior. The attitude toward the advertisement model demonstrates the impact of advertisement on brand perceptions. Motivational functions explains why attitudes exist, while the cognitive dissonance and the conflict resolution explain the consumer reactions before and after making a purchase. Understanding these concepts enable the marketers to predict the consumer behavior and devising the strategies accordingly to build strong connection and strong association among the consumer and brands. This was all for today's lecture. We will be back in next lecture with a separate agenda. Till then, take good care of yourself and Allah Hafiz.